Hi, good evening. Welcome to Maura's Epic 10-Minute Variety Show. I'm Maura, and this is Spike, and this is Manny. And I want you to know that these two troopers rehearsed with me all day long because we were going to have a show together. Spike was giving us tango lessons, and Manny has a beautiful voice. Well, you just heard a little bit of it. Yeah, sure. Thanks a lot. All that for nothing. Well, I felt after we were rehearsed all day, I was in this mood that I couldn't put my finger on. And then I realized really it's because it's my father's birthday today. And I've been feeling really melancholy. So all of the dancing and singing and comedy skits that Spike and Manny and I were doing, my heart just really wasn't in them because I think it's something about the fact that we're going through this quarantine that I'm feeling things a lot more deeply than I have been before. And my father died 16 years ago. If I'm wrong, my sister Laura will correct me. And life moves so quickly, doesn't it? Things, happy things and sad things, and we sort of just sort of skim over the top of them. And with this quarantine, it's changed every day. I feel a little more melancholy or happier or whatever it is. I tend to sit with it. And I think I really needed to sit with the fact that I lost my dad a long time ago. And I don't know if I really, really mourned him. And I remember when he was dying, he was a veteran, he was at the VA, and we knew it was really close. And I lived in Burlington. This was in White River Junction. I said, Dad, couldn't you be in a hospital maybe in Randolph? That's midway between the two places. And he said, No, I really want to be here. And he said to me, and these might have been the last words he ever said to me. He said, I'm strong enough for this. I hope you are too. Well, I don't know if I was strong enough, but today I have spent a lot of time thinking about my father. And I did write a story about him and I put it on Facebook. And although it may be a little bit redundant, I wanted to read it, if you don't mind. And this is the story. Today is Gordon William Campbell's birthday. My father, he was born in 1924, 7 years after the birth of the woman he would marry, my mother. A native Vermonter, he grew up on a farm in Barnard and only left when he joined the army at the end of World War II and served as a tank commander in Korea. My father was an enlisted man, but was singled out a few years later and sent to officer candidate school, later retiring as a major. His accomplishments on and off the battlefield are the stuff of family legend, no doubt embellished as time goes on, but that's okay. My father left several grandchildren behind who knew him more for his domestic exploits, such as growing the biggest pumpkins anyone ever saw. At a crucial point in the pumpkin's development, my father would carve in the name of his grandchild, creating a scar, and present them when they had reached their full glory. My father gardened the way he soldiered, with a vengeance: traps, barbed wire, sentries, guns, and ammo. Due to geographic proximity, my 4 children were frequently enlisted as his helpers, often disappearing for hours at a time, and at least once a month, both of my sons, Sam and Spencer, would return with a fresh buzz cut from Ken's barbershop. When he wasn't growing food, my father was making it, at least after he retired. Although I had only known my father to boil a lobster or grill a steak, he made a sudden and fortuitous decision to start making pies and cookies. My father would collect my daughter Amanda once or twice a month Get Amanda ready, he would order me over the phone. I'm coming. I would deliver the command, and Amanda would put away whatever she was working on and dutifully stand in the doorway at attention. Some hours later, she would return with a plate of goodies and watch us carefully as we devoured them. Eventually, my father would call. How did it go? He would ask her. They want to know when we're making more, Amanda would say. Next Saturday, 0900 hours. My daughter Mirabelle, being the youngest, doesn't have the memories that my other three children have. She was 10 when we moved an hour away, and his health had started to decline, resulting in his death in 2004. But love knows no age. Mirabelle is responsible for one of the greatest gifts my father gave us. She helped him quit smoking. Mirabelle was born with asthma, although we didn't know it for a while. When she was 18 months old, she was hospitalized overnight because her breathing was so bad. I spent the night with her, of course, and we slept under an oxygen tent. The doctor said that Mirabelle must avoid all possible allergens and contaminants, and that included, of course, cigarette smoke. I called my father. Dad, I said, Mirabelle can't come over anymore. You'll have to see her at my house. I don't remember what he said, but I never saw him smoke again. An officer knows an order when he hears one. Happy birthday, Dad. My father also loved music. The music that he loved the most, for some reason, were Irish folk songs. And he sang them and taught them to us at a very early age. I'm going to take a sip of water here. Because, oh, by the way, the fashion show portion is this jacket. Now, it's a green, military green jacket, and the closest thing I could come up with to honor my father. If I had a New York Yankees jersey, that would have been great, but I don't. So I do want to sing, I'm just going to sing a little bit of my father's favorite song. And you may know it. And if you do, sing it with me. I'll sing the first part. Or maybe I'll sing it all. It's called Molly Malone. In Dublin's fair city, where girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone, as she wheeled her wheelbarrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing these reminiscences with me about my dad. And I hope you have your parents, and if you don't, I hope you're thinking about them very fondly, because I know I am. And I will see you tomorrow night. It will be a little more dramatic than this, that's for sure. I'll give you a little preview tomorrow, which I love doing. And good night. God bless. Stay safe.